Hi, Powerful Question Coaching listeners. This is Diane. I'm coming to you today to continue our emotional hygiene series. And today we're going to talk about emotional control. I want to start by telling you the reason I got really interested in this was I had a friend who was going through some medical conditions. And what I started noticing is when she would come into work, she would be really focused on cleaning up and organizing and having everything in its place. And what I started observing is when she was feeling out of control emotionally inside, she needed to control more of her external environment. So what I started observing was like, okay, I see this behavior and it kind of makes sense, but how much of the time do we do this and not even realize we're doing it? So I got intrigued with what do we do when we're feeling emotionally out of control? What are the things we do? So what I came up with was 5. We're going to talk about 5 things that a lot of us probably do to control other people and without even realizing it. And that's the part is we are probably not aware that we even do these things. So 1 is helping others. How many of us have had someone help us and it didn't feel like help? We knew that there was strings attached. We knew that they were kind of manipulating or trying to get what they wanted from us. So how many of us have experienced that and it just felt yucky and it didn't feel like help? So we need to be careful that when we're helping someone, they want the help, number 1. And number 2, that we're doing it without strings attached. It's not trying to get what we want from them or trying to manipulate them. So that's the first one. Now, repeating stories. This is something I did and I didn't even realize it. So when I repeat a story, so I'm telling someone a story and then I feel like they're not really getting the story the way I want them to, or they're not on my side or whatever it is. And so I repeat the story because I don't feel like that they saw it the way I wanted them to see it. So we need to be careful of that we don't repeat a story trying to manipulate someone else into believing or doing what we want. That's number 2. And then self-put downs. One of the things we can do is put ourselves down to get other people to not put us down, to compliment us. So one of the things we can do is we can say, I'm really stupid, to get someone else to say, no, you're not. Or I did a really bad job, for someone else to say, no, you didn't. So we need to be careful that we're not trying to manipulate or control other people by what we're saying to get them to respond and say something. The other thing is, when we tell a story, sometimes we can, or when we want to tell someone something, not necessarily a story, we might say things like, this sounds really silly. A lot of times we do it with opinions. So if I feel like someone might be critical of my opinion or not agree, I might say something like, this sounds really silly, I know, but, and then tell my story. So that's another way of trying to control people and by saying, and get them to say, that's not really silly, I agree, or something. So we need to be careful that we don't start our sentences with little put downs to get someone else to behave a certain way. The 5th one is gossip. So when we gossip about somebody, it is our way of trying to get somebody on our side about that person. So we may say things to put down someone else, partly to make ourselves feel better sometimes, but also it's a way of getting somebody on our side and getting them off someone else's side. So that's a way of manipulating or trying to control somebody emotionally. So again, those 5 things, I'll just run through them real quick, is helping, make sure it's really help and it's wanted. Number 2 is repeating our stories to get someone to be on our side on a story. And then self-put downs is number 3. And then starting your sentence with, I know this sounds silly, that's number 4. And then starting, gossiping is number 5. So we need to be aware of those 5 things. If we do them, do we want to slow down or not be doing them? And are we trying to control people with our behaviors in that way? And do we want to be that kind of person? So just thoughts to think about. Again, this is Diane with Powerful Questions Coaching. We're doing our emotional hygiene series. And I think soon we're going to start emotional fitness. Fitness is a little bit different in that it's things like willpower and self-compassion and self-care that we need to do. That's more of a fitness thing that we need to continue to practice. So emotional fitness will be coming up soon. Thank you guys for listening. You can find me on my YouTube video channel, which I will be posting on my Facebook channel and my website. So I will be putting my YouTube channel with all the videos already on it. You can find me there and I'll post the channel to find me. Thank you so much and y'all have a great day.